the generational gamer. So this is somewhat of a test, but more importantly, I want to talk about something. All right, well, that's obviously speaking. All right, so there are a few things right now. As you can tell by the title, can't talk. Censorship in gaming and the future of the Xbox. Now, I see I got a couple people watching me already. I want to thank you for doing that. That's awesome. Um, and let's start with censorship in gaming. So I saw this article yesterday. In fact, let me go into my community here because I just posted it there. And it's this right here. Let me display what I got here. As soon as I figure out how the hell to do that. Hey, Boxing Lounge, welcome. Media, let's see. Can I add my damn screen? Oh yeah, here we go. Share screen. And we are going to do Chrome tab, yes. And share. Okay, so you should be able to see that right now, right? I hope. And basically, this is where they're talking about video games being censored from the start to accommodate sensitive Western gamers. Now, to me, that is an instant nay. I have no desire to play censored games. I used to love the Japanese game culture and everything. Atelier Ryza was one of my favorite games. However, by the third one, it wasn't as good. Dead or Alive has steadily gone down since Dead or Alive 2. And overall, it's not a less. The game still plays fine. I have no gripes about that. But I have no desire to play and support a studio that will ultimately change a game to suit people who will never actually play their games. I mean, let's be honest. The people who bitch about this the most, you see Rumble Tech Studio. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that or try. Well, son of a bitch. Hold on. It says it's sharing. Share. All right, let me see. Oh, here we go. Presentation. There we go. Better? All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, I see absolutely no reason to support a company who will censor their games. Now, bear in mind, I was one of those people who loved Nintendo back in the 90s and 80s, and they censored the shit out of their games. In fact, they were the ones who censor the most. Now they're the ones who censor the least. Now, today, Nintendo is the one I would support. Thank you. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't realize I clicked on the wrong button. Anyway, that's my opinions on that. Boxing Lounge, you're watching. What do you think? And you're actually communicating with me. What do you think of that? And I'm going to quickly move over to the Xbox because I've been talking about the future, and then I'll come back to censoring in a minute. As for the Xbox, there have been rumors floating around for some time that they are going to remove the disc in their next iteration of the Series X. Okay, fine. I don't think Microsoft's staying in the game much longer anyway, pun intended, because they really don't need it. Their focus now is on the GamePass. And I know there was a site about that somewhere, and for the life of me, I can't figure out where the hell it is. But this is my wrong video. Stand by. Let me actually pull up that video. My perspective has long been that Microsoft's focus on the Game Pass logic is because they plan to get out of the hardware and make their games available across all platforms, including PC. This morning, it occurred to me they may even go one step further and just become a competition for Steam. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's very, very possible that that could be the case. All right, let's see. Okay, so that's a little bit different. I'm not talking about using their stuff. I am talking about where they actually changed the game to accommodate Westerners. So in this particular article, and I'm going to bounce away from the Xbox for a minute. They admit they order their devs to censor their female character design. See, that's the other thing. You're not allowed to have attractive female characters anymore, which is messed up. Hold on, I got to change this screen real fast because it's not what you're supposed to see. Hold on, there's me. Hey. So let's see. Let's change that. Boom. And there, we're back to this. That right there, that's not cool. I know that Nintendo will go after people, and they will go after them hard for examples of what? Nintendo will go after people hard for using their licenses without their permission, which is virtually never given. So this would be an example of the censorship. Have you not seen what was it? The latest Mortal Kombat. They made one female. The actress was beautiful, but they made her ugly. They always cover up. Hold on. In Pocky and Rocky, this is the Japanese version. Right there, okay? This one is uncensored. Now it's just basically her clothes are a little less or a little more revealing. That's the extent of it. But this is happening more and more with the Japanese games, though. Women actually still look feminine, and this right here would not be all that uncommon. So, like, who is that? Sophidia, and this is from 2018, so it's a long time ago. Now she'd have to be covered up more over here. See, this one's all covered up. This is from the most recent Tekken. Again, covered up. That's Taki. I don't know what the hell that is. And then this, I've never seen this game before, but you seriously think that this would be allowed today? I don't. Same deal with this. Maybe even downloadable content maybe, but that's the extent of it. Everybody's got to be covered up now. It's just very, very weird. Let me go back to the other one. Hold on. So back to me. Sorry. I know it's not exactly a good show, but I digress. Let's go back here to this. All right. So we're back over here. Does that answer your question, or is there something more? As for Nintendo, they don't censor their games. Like DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball. Here, let me show you. DOA Extreme. Let me pull up my video because I think that it'll make it very easily understood. Stand by for 1 second because I am doing this on the fly. And we got to change this right here. Yeah. So there's not going to be any audio, but you don't really need it for this. This is my video on DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball on the Nintendo Switch. It's one of them. I actually have several. Let's make it full screen. Do you seriously think this would be allowed in modern games? I mean, this is absolute bullshit. And in my video, I actually point this out. This was in the first video. I actually did a second one because this actually gets quite a bit of views. The Japanese version, actually, I think this is just the Asian version, allows you to, or has everything in there. But look at this right here. This is the response on Facebook. We do not bring DOA X3 to the West because we don't have any plans to change in the future. There's one more section right here. As for, and this was pulled down later, they don't have any plans to change. Where is it? Why not? It's already translated to English. And right here, do you know the issues happening in the video game industry with regard to how they treat females in the video game industry? We do not want to talk about those things. We certainly have gone through in the last year and come to our decision. And DOA 6 is a direct result of that. You can tell because it's nothing but cleaned up female visuals and the what do you call it? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. and microtransactions. But here, one more thing. Let me show you. And I've talked about this on my website. Yeah, I have a website. I have to figure out where the hell I have it, but it's in here. So stand by. And let's see. It's probably under opinions. Yeah, I know I have to update my website a little bit. Oh yeah, it's something else. Microsoft's got their snitching system now. Isn't that cool? I'm looking for the article where I talk about gaming in the West. So Sony is probably the biggest offender as far as censorship goes. Yeah, I used to be an Amico supporter. Yeah, here we go. So before they moved to California, they were the ones who were one of the least censored games. But look, this is Freya, or what's her name? Freya in God of War 2018. She's still an attractive female. They made her relatively flat chested, but who gives a shit? Here's from early Uncharted. Here's from modern Uncharted. I used the Freya again. God of Wars. All of them had a mini game. None of them have them now. Now, you could say that they don't have that mini game because he's got his son Atreus with him the whole time. Tomb Raider of yesteryear, Tomb Raider of today. And this doesn't even get into the hell is the name of that series? The upcoming Tomb Raider, where it's just not even worth looking at. The other one, there's another game, and I'm trying to remember what the hell it is. It is Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat. They made that attractive female look ugly. Mary Jane, they made her look ugly in the new Spider-Man. I didn't do any article on it. I didn't really care. I just won't buy the game. And you're right. It is different times. But you know what? Speaking of 20 years ago, on the PS2, Sony actually censored. They censored, it was Triple X Bike something. I don't remember what the name of the game is. But even on the GameCube, it was uncensored. On the Xbox, it was uncensored. The original Xbox. On the PlayStation 2, it was censored. I don't know why. It was just their decision at the time. But Devil May Cry, I think it was 5, had a lens flare covering a female character because God forbid you see anything on the PS4 or 5, but they did remove it. That was a Capcom game. Konami, they're virtually non-existent today. Square, they've toned down the Final Fantasy games, and they used to be Tomb Raider, but they've since sold that franchise. Who else? Who the hell else is there? That's legacy. Tecmo, Koei Tecmo, Namco. I just talked about Namco. They were actually pointed out in the Tekken 8 article I just showed. So I've got 40 years of video games I can play. I don't necessarily need anything new. My channel is really based on retro games more so than modern games anyway, although I do play some modern games. East Asia Soft is a great publisher, but their stuff can be very raunchy. But it's uncensored, that's for sure. And they got a lot of games. They do send me codes for most of these that I've covered. And I've become more selective in what I choose. But some of these games are very raunchy. That was the last one I did of theirs because I like shoot 'em ups. So what am I missing? Why am I wrong? Tell me. I'm all for it. I don't mind being told I'm wrong. Now, while I'm waiting, let's switch back to the Xbox. Game Pass is their focus now. They rarely get physical copies of games now. They're almost always digital. They started the Xbox because they were losing money to the hell was it? They were losing PC gaming sales to consoles. So the Xbox was made. The Xbox put a dent in PlayStation 2. It wasn't anything significant. The PlayStation 2, I think up until the Switch did the Switch overtake the PlayStation 2 as the best-selling console? I don't remember, quite honestly, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But let me close this tab. We're back to me. Let's go back to Twitter here. They don't really need it anymore because the PC gaming industry with Steam and the Steam Deck and all these other consoles, they don't need the Xbox anymore. Now, we've got 2 Series X's here. I've got one, my son has one. And the one is basically equivalent to the Series X. The only difference with it really is the power of the system. And of course, there's some games that are compatible with it that aren't on others. So I don't think they're going to need it going forward. I think that they are going to discontinue the Xbox brand, or the Xbox brand will become nothing more than a streaming platform. I could be mistaken. I really don't know offhand. I guess this time will tell, and we'll find out. Anyway, the censorship thing is really starting to piss me off because I'm seeing it everywhere. Don't make female characters ugly just to satisfy the needs of a few knuckleheads who won't buy your game anyway. And as I said in this tweet, if you do that, I will boycott your game. Now, Microsoft and Sony censor the shit out of everything now because, you can't offend anybody. They're both essentially Western American companies now. Nintendo, they may go after you for using Mario the wrong way or Link or any of their properties. However, if a publisher wants to release a very Japanese-centric game or Asian-centric game, they don't have a problem with it. They have ratings. They use the ratings for a reason. And that's really all I have to say on the matter. Let me know what you think. Have a good one.